Imagine it was the beginning of everything, before the stars, planets, or anything we know existed. There was only God, and within him was all the power, love, and creativity that would one day fill the entire universe. But at that moment, it was all contained within him, waiting to come alive. God didn't have to build things like we would with tools and materials. He didn't even have to use his hands. Instead, he decided to create everything with the pure power of his voice, kind of like how a musician creates melodies out of silence. So, God stood in this endless space, and with one thought, he spoke his first word. Imagine a voice so powerful that it wasn't just sound but energy and life itself. God's voice was like a powerful sound wave, a special frequency that filled the emptiness. And with this voice, he simply spoke, "Let there be." And just like that, everything started to happen. As soon as he spoke, it was like a ripple effect. Think of dropping a stone into a still pond and watching the ripples spread out. His voice was like that, a wave of energy and life. In the darkness, this wave brought light, like flipping on the switch of the universe. The light was unlike anything we've seen. It was pure and filled with warmth and brilliance, just as if it was a reflection of God himself. With each word that God spoke, things started to appear, take shape, and move. His voice created rhythms, patterns, and harmony. You can imagine it like a symphony, each sound bringing something new into existence. Stars burst into the night sky like a million tiny lights flickering in time with his voice, each one dancing to its own rhythm but perfectly connected in harmony. The planets spun into their places, circling the stars like they were part of a grand cosmic dance choreographed by the Creator. Then, God's voice continued, bringing the earth to life. The land emerged from the waters, mountains rose, and oceans formed. The earth started to hum with a low, steady vibration, like a heartbeat. Trees, plants, and flowers began to grow, reaching toward the light as though they were listening to the voice that created them. Birds filled the sky with song, fish danced in the sea, and animals roamed across fields and forests. It was a masterpiece, each creature and plant a part of a beautiful symphony, all tuned to the frequency of God's voice. Finally, God's voice crafted something unique: human beings. He created them with the same energy, love, and creativity that made everything else, but humans were special because they were designed to resonate with his voice in a special way. Just like every instrument in an orchestra has its own unique sound, humans were made to reflect and respond to God's voice in a way that was personal, close, and unique. They had the ability to understand the music of creation, to feel the harmony, and to connect with God. And so, with each word God spoke, the universe grew fuller and richer. Every part of creation, from the stars to the smallest blade of grass, held the frequency of God's voice within it. That's why today, when we look at a sunset, hear the sound of waves, or gaze up at the stars, there's something in us that feels a deep connection to it all. It's as if the universe is still echoing that first voice, still holding on to that beautiful, powerful frequency that called it all into being. And in this creation, we, too, are connected to that same frequency. We're not just observers of this grand symphony. We're invited to be a part of it, tuning our lives to God's melody and joining in the dance of life He created with His voice.